Assalamualaikum and very good morning to Mr. Lecturer and a fellow classmate. Imagine a 7 years old child standing in a school uniform that is already too small. Her parents know they must buy another set before the new school term begins, even though they are already struggling to pay for groceries and transport. Before she even entered her classroom, education has become more expensive than it needs to be. Now, let me ask you a question. Does wearing the same uniform every day make a child more intelligent? Does it improve the creativity, the critical thinking, or the kindness? Or is it simply a tradition that we continue without asking whether it still serves its purpose? Nelson Mandela once says, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. If education truly changed life, then every school policies should exist because it improves learning, not merely because it has existed for decades. Today, I will persuade you that Malaysian primary schools should no longer require compulsory schools uniform. I will demonstrate that removing compulsory uniforms reduce the financial burdens on the family, improve the student comfort and academic performance, and encourages individuality while maintaining discipline through sensible dress code policies. Firstly, compulsory uniform create unnecessary financial burden. According to UNICEF Malaysia in 2023, every child deserves equitable access to education regardless of socio-economic background. Yet, Malaysian parents often spend hundreds of ringgit every year on school uniform, shoes, socks, badges, and sport attire. Children grow quickly, meaning this item must be replaced frequently. The Ministry of Education Malaysia recognized that reducing barriers to education is important for ensuring equal opportunities. Likewise, the World Bank in 2024 reports that household investment in books, digital resources, and learning support contributes more directly to educational achievement than non-learning expenditures. Think about this. If a family save 300 ringgit to 500 ringgit each year from purchasing uniform, that money could instead provide reading materials, internet access, tuition, or healthy meals. Which investment is more valuable for a child's future? Some people argue that the school uniform reduces peer pressure because everyone dresses the same. However, families still purchase casual clothes for weekends, festivals, and holidays. Therefore, compulsory uniform often require parents to maintain two wardrobes instead of one. A modest dress code can achieve equality without imposing unnecessary compulsory expenses. Secondly, comfortable students learn better. Malaysia has a tropical climate with higher temperature and humidity throughout the year. Thick uniform often leave children hot, uncomfortable, and distracted. The OECD's Education at a Glance in 2023 highlights that student well-being is strongly associated with engagement, motivation, and academic achievement. UNESCO in 2024 also emphasizes that learning environments should be responsive to student physical and emotional needs. Educational psychology consistently shows that physical comfort improves attention and classroom participation. When students feel relaxed, they are more willing to answer a question, collaborate with a classmate, and remain focused during the lesson. Have you ever tried concentrating while feeling hot and uncomfortable? If adults struggle to work in uncomfortable clothing, why should we expect the young children to learn effectively under the same condition? Education should challenge children's mind, not their physical endurance. Thirdly, removing compulsory uniform encourages individuality, responsibility, and confidence. UNESCO explains that the quality education develops the whole child, including emotional, social, and personal growth. Clothing is one of the earliest ways children express their own identity. Allowing students to choose neat and appropriate clothing teaches responsibility because they learn to make suitable choices. It also builds confidence and self esteem. Children who feel respected as individuals often become more motivated learners. At this point, critics may argue that removing uniform will reduce discipline or increase bullying. I respectfully disagree. Disciplines come from effective school leadership, positive value, and consistent rule, not identical clothing. Many schools around the world successfully implemented dress code policies requiring students to dress neatly, modestly, and appropriately. Students remain disciplined because expectations are clear. Therefore, schools can maintain order without compulsory uniform. As the American educator John Dewey wisely said, education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. If schools are preparing children for life, they should also teach responsible decision making rather than a complete dependence on uniformity. Ladies and gentlemen, today I have shown that compulsory schools uniform impose unnecessary financial burdens, reduce comfort in Malaysia's climate, and limit opportunities for children to develop individuality and confidence. The stronger schools are not recognized because every student dresses the same. They are recognized because they nurture curious minds, compassionate hearts, and confident young leaders. So, I have left you with one final question. Should school judge students by what they wear or by what they learn, achieve, and becomes? As the future educators, parents, professionals, and policymakers, we have the responsibility to support educational practices that genuinely improve children's learning experience. Let us move beyond tradition when evidence points towards improvement. Let us place student before uniform, learning before appearance, and opportunity before unnecessary expenses. Albert Einstein once reminded us education is not the learning of fact, but the training of the mind to think. Therefore, I urge all of you to support the motion that Malaysian primary school should no longer require compulsory schools uniform. Thank you.